Joe, this is the time of the show when we ask you the tough questions from the fans, so we will get going here. Marty from the Bronx writes via email, from Ruth to Garrick to DiMaggio to Mantle to Munson to Mattingly to Jeter, the Yankees have always had their face. Now that Derek is calling it a career, is there anyone in the farm system that you think may be the next face of the Yankees?
Oh, I think there's plenty of young players down there that could be the face of the Yankees. We may not see that next year or the year after, but there's a lot of talent down there, and we're starting to see it come to fruition as we're starting to see some of these young players come up and have a real impact on our club.
Is it fair to kind of anoint somebody the face of the Yankees before they're here for a while, or this guy could potentially be, put that pressure on a kid?
I don't, because they didn't do it to Derek. And I think you have to give a young player time to grow into that stature, and they're going to have to put up numbers for a while and just be a natural-born leader.
Fire Tornado writes via Twitter, what sports did you play as a kid? Just baseball or some others?
No, football and basketball. Football was actually my first love. But 165-pound, 5'10" quarterbacks don't go real far. So I stuck with baseball, and I played some basketball. Wasn't very good. Got cut from my sophomore team. Coach told me that you're not going to make it the next year, the varsity, so go practice your baseball.
And I think you probably made the right decision, right?
I did. And 5'10" basketball players don't go very far either.
Occasionally they do, but not very often. Joey from Jackson Heights writes via email, what do you think the biggest challenge is for the new commissioner?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, I still think it's staying ahead of the PEDs. I think that's going to be a challenge that every commissioner is going to have to face, and I don't think you can ever assume that you have it licked, because the tester or the chemists are always ahead of the testers, and you got to find ways to stay ahead of it.
Do you feel like now more players are speaking out against it and saying we want a clean game, we want it fair for everybody?
Well, I think so, and I think the increase in the suspensions will help as well, and who knows, it might continue to increase if they feel they have to.
Is it tough for a player to make that decision, knowing if you get caught, okay, 50 games, but if you don't, you could be looking at a multi-year deal for a lot of millions of dollars?
You know, it comes to every individual player, it saddens me that we continue to talk about it. We can never put it to rest, but it's the world we live in.
We'll move on. Teresa from Staten Island writes via email, is it hard to stay in shape when you're on a long road trip? It's really easy to just order some fast food on the road as opposed to a nice, healthy meal at home?
No, it's actually pretty easy, because you have more time, because you know, you get up in the morning, and I don't take the kids to school, and I don't have a lot of things to do except eat, work out, and prepare for the day. So it's actually pretty easy. And
I see you out there on the field running sprints at times.
Some days, you know, depending on what my workout is, it can be a number of different things. So yeah.
I'll have to ask you, when's the last time you missed a workout?
Oh, actually, Saturday I missed it, yeah, because it was swimming, and I'm not a good swimmer, and I didn't have a pool at my disposal, so I'm going to have to find another off day to do that on.
I'm sure you'll get it in. Before we go, what are you most looking forward to in this next week?
Well, I mean, they're important games, and the playoff atmosphere that our team has to continue to carry on. That's what I'm looking for.
I was talking to David Robertson, and he said he just loves this time of the year. Yeah. I would imagine that's the feeling everywhere.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, to me, we're in our playoffs right now, because if we don't win, we go home.